Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well. So today it's Monday and we are gonna see where our next trade will potentially be at, right? So if you remember, I'm basically just building on what we did on the previous videos, right? So this is currently what we are looking at, and we can see that the market is currently in an uptrend, basically creating high highs and high lows, high highs, higher lows, with the potential to get to my next psychological level. So as you can see, it's currently at a psychological level of 300,000. So it would make sense for the market to basically play around this area right here. Another thing that I wanted us to, okay, there are two possibilities. There are two things that I am seeing, and obviously I'm not expecting for them to like play out today or tomorrow, or so we will never know. So I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame for volatility 50, right? And from the 24th of June, we can see that the market has kind of be like making this move right here, right? And it then started making higher highs, as you can see here. So from how I'm seeing things, two things can happen. The market can either go down to the psychological level, and I'll explain why, right? So that's one possible move that might happen. And the next possible move that might happen is the market going up like that. So these are the two possibilities that I am currently seeing. Right. So first let me explain the first one, which is this one right here. So yes, the market did break let me this. So the market, okay, so now let's look at these two different possibilities, right? So we have this highest level right here, right? And we also have this level right there, right? And we had that one as well, which got broken, right? But looking at things, the market has, like when it broke this level, it broke it correctively, right? It broke it correctively. And if I am to pull out my Fibonacci level from here to where the market tanked, I can see that the market is currently at my 61.8 level, right? Which is a very critical area. Anything could happen. But obviously the most, I wouldn't say decent, but then the most thoughtful thing one can do would be to take a sell, right? So I would not advise anyone to trade here, right, until there is something concrete that they're seeing, right? And another thing that I'm also seeing on my what's this, on my 1 hour time frame, is that I have liquidity here, right? I have liquidity here. So if you don't know what liquidity is, in simple terms, trust me, there are a bunch of videos that you guys can watch on YouTube, and people do explain them pretty well. But how I am going to try and explain what a liquidity level is in simple terms, I would say liquidity is an area whereby, like an area that is not broken. Like the market tested out that area for many times. So basically something like this. where the market does something like this. So it means when we're saying there's liquidity here, in simple terms, what I mean is that there are a lot of people who bought here and their stop loss are here below this level. So usually what the market does is that it comes back and take out liquidity. It take out stop losses that people who bought left, and then it pushes higher. And the same applies to when we are buying or like an inverse liquidity. So I'm seeing the same thing here. Right. So how I trade liquidity, I don't take liquidity as one thing. Basically what I mean is that I don't trade liquidity in isolation. I pair it with something else. Can either be a fair value gap or an order block. And I also see that I have an order block here. Right. I have an order block here. And the third thing that I'm going to mention is that the market broke my psychological level, but it never tested it out. There is liquidity and there is order block. So I have 3 confirmations that the market might actually want to come back here and take out liquidity, test out the the psychological level, and also test out this order block right here. Right. So if you find a selling trade, this would be a target right here. Right. But some people might wait until the market get here and then swing or buy with it. Right. And if it hasn't tested this, then obviously this psychological level of 320 would be my next take profit. So looking at how the market is currently moving, yes, if we just, okay, this is the first one, right? This is a potential trade that one can take. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that we are currently in a creating high highs and high lows. So this trend right here, it's a beautiful trend. It's a very beautiful trend, but unfortunately this is not how the market always moves. Right? If this is how the market always moved, then we would make a lot of money. Right? We would make a lot of money. But what I am now seeing is that so we have higher high. Let me label that higher high. We have another higher high. We have another higher high. We failed to break the higher high. We had an order block that we tested, and then we had another higher high, and then we failed to break that. So now I'm gonna create our lower lows. Our lower low. So this is my lower low. Let me change the color. We have our lower low, and then we have our lower low, and then our next lower low there, our next lower low right there. And currently this is, no, this cannot be my lower low because it does not have a higher high. So I'm gonna remove that. Right. So looking at where the market is currently doing, if I'm being honest, this is a very tricky trade, right? Of course, some people might have traded the Fibonacci, so basically that, and then they look at this area right here, and someone might argue that they're seeing an order block there, they might have traded that as well, right? So obviously we are looking for the market to break this higher high that we have here. We are looking for the market to break that higher high. But from my own personal trading style, if I'm gonna be honest, I am not seeing anything worth trading, right? So I feel like whatever trades that I'm gonna take would actually be me risky, because the trend, yes, is there, but for me to take an entry, I would wait for the market to break this higher high. Anything below this higher high and this lower low is none of my business, if I'm being honest, right? It's none of my business, and I'm just gonna wait it out to see what the market actually does. So remember, also I did mention about this order block that we tested yesterday. If you watch the video, you will see I did speak about this order block here, and I said that if you're brave enough, you can shift your take profit from your psychological level to test out that order block. But that's fine. I'm actually glad that it played out. So I'm gonna go to my 15 minutes time frame. So a lot of things could happen, if I'm being honest. A lot of things could happen. We can see market breaking out of our breaking this higher high, retesting our psychological level, and then pushing up, right? Or we can potentially see the market breaking our lower low. So this is what we call change of character, and then going down, right? And if it goes down, then obviously we'll be targeting this order block that we have here and take out all the liquidities that we have here. Because even here, our lower lows, there are liquidities because a lot of people actually took entries here. Someone bought and they put their stop loss here. Someone bought here, they put their stop loss here. Someone bought here, they put their stop loss. So there's a lot of liquidity here that the market would potentially want to go and take out, right? So for now, we wait and we see, right? I will wait for the market to either break my lower low, and then I will know that this is a change of character and the market will be going to the downside, or if it break my higher high, I will wait for the market to retest my psychological zone before I ride with it until it gets to my next psychological level of 320. So that's all that I have for you guys today, and I hope that you learned something new and you enjoyed. If you want me to focus on something, another, if there's like a specific term that I've mentioned and you did not understand, or if there's something that you want me to look at next, please let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.